the right to be forgotten. It is a right, and it can only help those who need it. Before we get further into this, let's go over what the right to be forgotten is. According to a BBC News article published in 2014, the right to be forgotten is a policy how use old, outdated, or irrelevant data should be deleted off of search engines. So, in this respect, I have 3 reasons why I believe the right to be forgotten should be a civil right. The first is it will allow us to keep our privacy. The second, it will allow us to keep our dignity. And the third, it benefits more than the individual. So, it sounds great and all. How does it help us keep our privacy? According to an article published in 2013 in the Stanford Technology and Law Review by Ambrose, how the right to be forgotten will help us keep our privacy is that it will help us develop good, solid privacy habits. As internet permanence isn't upon us yet, because up to 85% of all data is lost a year on the internet, but when it is upon us, it will be a good idea to have policies such as the right to be forgotten so that we may protect our private lives and keep them to ourselves. Also, according to a BBC News article published May 14, 2014, there are a variety of people who could and would use this right. You go from those who have been domestically abused and who are searching to hide from their violent ex-partners, to those who didn't have the best teenage years and may have judged some people but have changed from that, to the criminals who may have committed a crime such as shoplifting but now want their data hidden because they aren't like that anymore. So the right to be forgotten can only help us keep our privacy, but it also allows us to keep our dignity. According to a 2013 Huffington Post article written by Eugene Chow, who used to be the executive editor for the Homeland Security Newswire, there's a man named Mosley in 2008, and he used to be the head of Formula One racing, and there were some sex tapes that were released about him online. And he sued these companies, these search engines, and he earned the right to be forgotten. But that just goes to show that the right to be forgotten is needed. The right to be forgotten will help us protect our dignity by hiding the facts that aren't relevant to our everyday lives. According to a Clarion article, which is the University of Denver's newspaper, and it was published in 2014, I quote from Castellano: "It is harm or human nature for people to commit mistakes and have regrets. People change, evolve, and mature. The right to be forgotten tries to ensure the privacy and reputation of individuals and avoids the constant persecution of the past." And so in these ways, the right to be forgotten can only help us protect our dignity and privacy. But how does it help us benefit more than the individual? According to a New York Times article published July 8th of 2014, HitSearch is a company that allows its customers to search how and where they're mentioned across the internet. And since this right to be forgotten ruling, a director at the company, Andy Donaldson, began to receive phone calls from his customers asking how they could take advantage of this right. And basically, what HitSearch has done now is they've changed their policy from how and where to how, where, and then they can also send requests in. And this service, they say, starts at $85 a month. So not only are the individuals benefiting, but now the company is growing economically. And also, according to an article on The Independent, which was published October 27th of 2014, there has been a boom in business in the Google's perspective. Over 30 million requests have been made for links to be taken down, and about half of them have been taken down, but Google is not the only one profiting. Simon Wadsworth, the owner of a company called Ignite, which is a personal reputation company, says that he's gotten requests of criminals wishing for their information to be taken off that maybe they've changed and it's 10, 20 years old. So the right to be forgotten helps us by benefiting more than the individual, keeping our dignity, and keeping our privacy. And so when I think of these 3 points, there's a story that comes to mind. And the story is about an employer and employee. And they're sitting at the desk, and the employer is looking to potentially hire the employee. But the employer found some articles online that shattered the rights of the employee's privacy and his dignity. and the employer can no longer hold respect for this employee. Sure, the employee knows that he himself has changed, but the employer didn't know that and didn't want to take chances. And these are the reasons why I think the right to be forgotten should be a civil right. Thank you.